All right. Good evening, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at. Talk about today's trades. Let's get the notes out real quick. All right. Today's trading session 331.26. 331.26. Traded two tickers a day, SPX and Tesla. Tesla being the first one. Tesla being the first one. No news today. Pretty much market bias for me, long or short. It's not based off of good or bad news. Price action. I trade price action, not narratives. I do pay attention to announcements, news, price action. It can get very volatile. So anytime, let's say FOMC announcement or Jerome Powell speaking, Trump might be speaking. I don't necessarily have a bias long or short. I just know my markets can get very volatile. So I just kind of watch what happens when announcements are made. I sit on my hands, make sure I'm not getting caught up in something messy. So you want to be careful when announcements are made. Market conditions today was kind of choppy. Started out kind of choppy beginning here. You can see where this back and forth, up and down motion happened, and then eventually it made a decision to break out. I was out of the market probably somewhere around 11:30 when the market decided to pick a direction. So being the market was choppy, it kind of focused on short-term reversals. Ended up taking 4 trades today. If I remember, it was 2 losers, 2 winners. Paid $179 off those 4 trades, and we will talk about the trades. Our first trade market. Let's see, we traded. Let's go to it. Traded Tesla. Let's remove this box here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. So Tesla, I saw Tesla go up. Market kind of trended up. Looks like it kind of held here. And then you can kind of see higher low. If you count, it's pretty much like we were in an uptrend, right? So bias is kind of long, not based off news, of course, just based off of price action strictly. Sold off, pulled back, which we were expecting, started to take off, actually made a higher high relevant to this one, this here. And then when we came back down, I was looking to take long trade for a trend continuation. We did have a little pullback, and then when we started trying to go up, I did buy in, and it didn't go anywhere. So immediately is when it started to fail, I got out, which was actually pretty good, because after that counter there, we pretty much sold off here. What I was getting from this is when this didn't hold and continue to go higher to break above this high here, I assumed that this was a reversal. Thought about taking this trade, did not take the trade, and missed out on an opportunity. But as I seen it continue to go down and down, I waited for somewhat of a little flag here. You see the indecision candle, and I decided to take the breakdown, got in short. We did get our default contract set at 1 instead of 10. So we weren't trading 10 today. We were just trading 1, which is great. So it was a little slow so I did up it to 2 contracts per trade. We'll talk about that in a minute, but this starts to sell off after the initial push. I got in, and then it reversed. I thought to take it short, and I didn't, and then I missed out again on this move here. When we did get sort of a flag here, I decided to go short. I actually bought some puts, and I was able to capture about a $50 move on that. So our first one took a loss. First one was 15. And we'll go through the video as soon as I finish it. So first one was 15 loss, and then we were able to make 50 or 65 actually, and then it put us at a total P&L of 50. So those were the only two trades I took on. Oh, what do we got here? On Tesla, going down to SPX. I don't know what's going on with my data here. All right, so going down to SPX, two trades, one loser, one winner. Price action pretty much doing the same thing, kind of moving sideways. We did have this move up, and then we kind of chopped a little bit sideways, came back down, went back up, and then I kind of saw that we didn't make a higher high, kind of stuck with a lower high. So with that being said, I figured, okay, let's go ahead and take a put option. So up in here, you can see when we pushed up and we started to sell off, we held. I looked for weakness, started to see price action get weak, become weak. I jumped in short right here, and then it sells off. And when it comes back up, I immediately jump back out. So what I expected to do is if I'm in short and I expect it to continue short, I want it to continue short. If it comes back up, I'm not going to let it put me in the negative really bad. I'm going to keep the losses contained to a certain number, or low as possible, I should say. When I took that loss there, automatically when I saw this counter here push up and then it started to sell off, I had this feeling in me that I wanted to get revenge. I wanted to make my money back. Maybe this is going the way I expected to go. Maybe I should have waited and held it, but I'm not going to do that. My strategy is get in. If it ain't doing what I want it to do, get out. And then if it does start doing what I want it to do, I'll get back in. So exactly what I did. So I start seeing this counter push up, starts to sell off, comes back down. Really thought about getting back in and I didn't. I held, which was very good. Discipline. Next candle starts to open, starts to buyer step in. And then as it starts to become weak, I say, okay, this is what I'm looking for. If it breaks previous candles low, I'm in. So I got in short. I didn't discuss any of the prices of what I got in, but anyway, I got in short. Oh, here it is right here. So on that one, I got in short at $19.9 was the price, $19.09 on the put contract for SPX, and that was at 10:45.14, and ended up buying or selling at 21.4. So was able to make, I think it was about almost $300 on that. Either way, we was down $115 at one point, and then we were able to bring ourselves back to 179 on the green side. So originally started with negative 15. We made it $65, which brought us back into $50. And then let's see here. I got the video. What's going on here? Hold on, I need to play the video. All right, pause it for a minute. All right, so all right, yeah. This is the wrong one here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right, got it together. Let's see, that last one there was up close to $300. So down 15 at first, up 50, took another trade, would put us down, I think, puts us down 115, and then that last trade put us up 179. So all in all, we came out green. And so I'm happy with that. So I'll go ahead and play the video so you can get an idea of what transpired during the trades. Again, when I did take this last trade here, got in short, put options, got back out because it wasn't quite doing what I wanted to do. Had the feeling to want to jump back in right in here. As this started to sell off, I didn't. And then when the next candle broke low, I jumped in. And, you know, we got 640, 30, about almost about $3 on that on the move on this side as far as the price is concerned. So let's go ahead and play the video real quick, and then we can take a look and see the live trade on it. Okay, here's the first trade. It says the first trade was at first trade. Okay. Yeah, it should be popping up here soon. Yeah. All right, so we'll see our first trade here. We're going in right there. We did change our default to one contract yesterday. We were accidentally doing 10 contracts per trade, which was very scary. And so now we got it to a default of one. I did eventually change it to two, but anyway, you can see here where I was trying to, I think by Tesla long up here, you can see Tesla long where it broke previous candles high. So actually trying to buy that breakout, and you can see it start to fail. So as soon as it starts to fail, I get out. You can see where I actually got out of the trade. Rewind it so I can show you how fast I got in. It doesn't work. I get out. I want to make that very clear with my strategy. I got in, so you can see where it broke. See the counter forming right here. I can't zoom in on it. It's the recording, so you're going to see, and you see this line down here because it's a recording. All right, you see it break, and it breaks. I'll go ahead and enter this position long. I was first looking to see if it was going to hold. So you see it kind of broke, and then it's kind of failing a little bit. So there it goes. I see it start seeing it push back up. I say, okay, look, buyers are trying to step in. So I go in with the one contract. And we got that contract at $5.48 at 940. Oh, so the Tesla price was 362.50, I think. All right, so if you look at the price action here, you can look at it start to fail, depending on what you're looking at it. It starts to fail, I get out. You see it starts doing that shooting star, I immediately get out. So we got out at $5.48. Sold a put option. I'm sorry. So we did a call option because we was actually going long. So it's a call option, and then we sold the call option. Bought it at $5.35, sold it at $5.48. So ended up taking a $15 hit on that one. So again, price action starts to go up, and I expect it to continue going. If it doesn't go, I'm out. Pretty simple. And then you can see here where it looks like it wants to go back up, but I'm kind of weary of retaking trades. If I do see where it starts to go up pretty strong, I will jump back in, and I will keep that tight, that stop very tight. So see here, I kind of was patient. It started to come back down. So great trade on that. I'll let it play a little bit so you can kind of see, okay, next candle forms. Now, the only way I would definitely get back in this is if this candle here breaks that previous candle, then I would get back in. Looks like it wanted to, so I was watching it to make a decision on whether I wanted to take a second trade. But most of the time, if it fails the first time, it fails the second time. So, or I should say the next candle fails as well. So there are some that does go and I get in and it works out. Majority of the time it fails. Now, what I did see here, I did see what I felt like was a good reversal, because the fact that it did not push, I figured it failed, and I figured I could take this short. So I was kind of being patient. It starts to sell off, and I don't take the trade. So let me fast forward a little bit. You see it start to sell off there, and it crossed my mind. I think I actually talked about it in the video, the actual live trading. So it starts to sell off. I thought about taking it short puts, and I didn't. Fast forward to the video. That's why you see it kind of just cutting, because you see it sells off. Nice sell off. I should have taken it, but I didn't. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, so I did take that flag. I told you it was a flag breakdown. So I said, you know what? I'm going to scalp this. Here's where your flag starts to form. So went down quite a bit. I said, if I see like a spinning top candle, an indecision candle, and a break of that indecision, I'll go ahead and take a put option short, or I'll buy a put option, betting on the market going down. So fast forward a little bit, you can kind of see that indecision forms right there. It's kind of blurry on the screen. I wish I'd have zoomed in on it. I can take the bottom screen off and show you guys on a live chart here. That's the live chart. So that indecision candle was right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. And then you can see where it starts to break down. Jesus Christ. 2 days. Sheesh. All right, so here you can see that indecision candle's right here. The one's getting ready to form on this video here. That green candle will be the red candle. So that indecision started to form. I got in here, and that's where you had to break down at. And you'll see me take that trade. Put the video back on. All right, that you'll see me enter here. Look how smooth. Oh, I didn't have my video up. All right, so I entered. We did 2 contracts there. So I did up the default to 2. I thought 1 was actually the P&L was not what I wanted. I think 2 fits me, maybe 3. I might decide to go 3 from trading Tesla. If I'm trading SPX, I might go 2 contracts, but got the default set at 2 right now. So you can see we did buy or put contracts on that indecision break. And I wasn't going to overstay my welcome, because I knew that we were already overextended. The best move would have been up here in the beginning. So see, it got it kind of up to 48, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just going to go ahead and take this, get out. So got out of there, locked that in right there. That was the actual second trade. Let's fast forward to the third trade, and I saw it kind of going up. I was looking for it to actually go up, pull back a little bit, and then continue down. But as I started seeing it go up, let's see, I started seeing a red candle right there. So I said, okay, if this can break that previous candle's low there, I'll decide to. If it could break this candle here, I'll get in short, and you can see that it continued to go. So looked weak there. Talked about buying it there. Continued to go up. I was talking about if it pulls back, because this was a reversal. So it reversed. It's funny. It reversed right here down, and then it came up, and I consider this a reversal. Why? Because once this sold off here, I expected it to continue to go down. The fact that it went back up, I was looking for a long setup. So I was drawing this here, anticipating a pullback long. But again, this is why I said the market was sideways. I'll fast forward it. See the market drop. You see, that was a back test right there where I put that white marker right there, because this is where I would have bought anticipating a pullback long continuation, a reversal. So it's a reversal here where it did work out, and then it was supposed to be a reversal here, which you'll see what happens here. So I would have actually been buying right there, breaking previous candle. But what happens? I played it. Some told me not to take the trade, so I didn't. And you can see where this starts to fail. Okay, so I said, okay, my bias is short because now we've made a lower low. This is a low. This is a lower low, a lower high. My fault. My bad. So we'll go to the next trade. All right, so I'm expecting, and you can see where it's sideways, and then you can see this candle here, very strong candle. All right, so I was looking for weakness right here for that continuation. That's why you see that entry. So anticipating what? We reversed and we tried to go long and it failed. So I figured we reverse again. I said, all right, so it's going to continue down. We made a lower high. Lower high. Okay, entry, break previous candle. I'm in. Man, I wish I would have taken this just quick, taking it like right there. Boom, take it. But I didn't. So what happens? I try to wait for it to go back to something. 188. And then I tried to get more out of it. And I should have just cashed out. Should have cashed out. But this strategy, sometimes it tends to go pretty far. But I think because we were in this chop and it was trying to make a decision on which way it was going, it didn't quite continue. And you can see where it's stalling. See, it's down to something. Came back up, went down 100 and something, came back up, and here we are, red. I got to get out immediately. So me and I had two contracts. We were trading SPX. I'm sorry, I'm here, guys. I'm here at the bottom right here. I'm talking about this up here, but we're looking at this right here. So again, you see it, and I did point at this earlier. My bad, that's Tesla. Here is same principle, looking for it to reverse again. And I was looking for it to break that previous candle. And you see, as soon as it breaks that candle low, I'm going to go short. You'll see it right here. So my bad on that. I'm talking about Tesla. I'm going to get it together, guys. Just bear with me. And this was the one where when I took the trade, I actually felt like jumping back in because I got in, took a loss, and then it started to become weak again. And I'm like, I should just get in early to make up. And I was like, no, we're going to wait till we break previous candles low. And that's exactly what I did. And it worked out. It probably would have worked out if I had went on and taken the trade. But my strategy, as I back tested, it's when it breaks previous candles low. And in this case right here, it's breaking previous candles low. So I'm looking to go short. All right, there we go. I'm in short two contracts. This is SPX. So I had to clarify because you see SPX moves pretty good. Two contracts for already up 248 in a matter of seconds. Now, it coming back on me did kind of freak me out a little bit because I was already down. Oh, no, I was actually down, yeah. No, I was actually up actually $50. What? I can't remember. Yeah, I was actually up $50. Here's where I actually go in a negative, I think. So you see, I'm holding it, trying to be patient. $50, there we go, 72. You see, not going my way. You'll see me get out. Boom, I'm out. Took a $115 loss. That is a small loss considering that it is SPX and the ATR is pretty big ATR. The ATR right now, as we're speaking, is 100.02 ATR. So the average true range is pretty big. It actually moves pretty fast. So the higher the ATR is, the faster the price changes are it can move pretty fast. So let's just say that. So here's where I was looking at this, and you can see where I got out at. You can see where the candle is now, and it's looking pretty weak. I got to make sure I zoom in on these candles so you guys can see. So it's looking pretty weak. And here's where in my mind I was thinking like I should get back in this, short. And I said, no, we have to wait till it breaks previous candle. So A plus on patience right here. Down 115. In my mind, I'm like, I want to make the 115. Now you see it go green. If I had jumped in this trade, and I would have been down even more because I would have freaked myself out, got out of the trade because I would have went 2 contracts and probably been down another $70, $100, $70 to $100. But see that weakness? All right, we'll see it right here, and this will be the last one. Probably making this video longer than I can, but I do want to show the trades live. So you see we got in, got right back out on the SPX trade. Now you see the weakness coming in. Could I have held this? Yes, I could have held this, but this could have went way back up here. And I would have been pissed at myself for not following my rules. My rules is if it's not doing what I want it to do, get out. All right. Now you're going to see when it breaks this previous candle's low, you're going to see me jump in. And I actually would have expected this to go further down because, again, we got lower highs, and I would anticipate this being a lower low. We did get out. Now, you see, if I had got in earlier, like I told you, I would have been down, really down right there because of that green candle. The fact that I waited for it to fail is where we was able to get that winning trade. Let me see if I can fast forward here a little bit. I don't want to put you to sleep. All right, there we go. Should have did this earlier. All right, so we got the breakdown here. You'll see me go ahead and start to enter this position short. All right, loading up on the puts. Going to the book trader in 2 contracts again. 1045.14. Look at SPX. Week looking very good. Kind of came back on us a little bit. That's all right. And faith in it. There we go. Look at it move. 157 already. It was up 250 something, but we have the negative, so you can see the number right here. 257, 317, 337. All right, and then I exited the trade right there. And it's continued to go down a little further. Fast forward a little bit. So you can see it drop down a little bit more after I got out. Right. Okay, and see, it wasn't much though, So I got it right there. Gave us a little bit more, and then look at it turn completely around. And I was pretty much done. I was talking about it falling short again because it kept making downtrends, but eventually turn around. But anyway, that's the live trade for today. As far as price action is concerned, we'll go ahead and pause that, and I'll give my final thoughts. We'll go back to our regular charts here. So, final thoughts for today. Final thoughts. All right, final thoughts for today. It was a good day, obviously. We did follow our rules. No issues, no trouble with the contracts or the default settings that I had yesterday. Patience was the key today. That's my notes. Patience was the key today. Took trades when I saw weakness. Got out when it didn't do what I wanted it to do, which kept the losses small. I did miss out on the reversal short on that Tesla, which we know was right here. I'm looking at profits, so I missed out on it, and we could have made more money today. But I'm all right with that. I played it safe, and it turned out to be all right. Even though we could have made money, we could have lost money. So I played it safe, and it turned out right. It turned out all right. So I already talked about when I was green, and then it turned red, and I wanted to revenge trade. My emotions started taking over. I felt like, hey, I could make this money back. I can get this trade, price actions showing weakness again. I can jump in early, but I waited for the breakdown. When it broke down, I got in and I entered short, and it worked. So that discipline of following your rules is how we were able to come out the way we did today. Being patient, discipline, following the rules. So that's the big thing for today. Did see this move here later. We could have caught some of this because we ended up getting out of the market right in here, and there was an opportunity here, and for it to break. So sideways, and then a break out there. But same thing. Missed it. Not worried about it. So we ended there. That's a recap for today, and we'll try again tomorrow. I don't have to go to work till tomorrow night. Again, starting night shift, as I mentioned yesterday in the recap. So to give me an opportunity to trade in the morning time after I get off from work, and then go sleep around 11:30, 12 o'clock. So got a promotion. Had to go to night shift. So making more money and being able to trade is a plus. So the promotion on my job side gives me more money to put in my account, which I will continue to do. I will put $250 in this account every week on top of what I make or lose daily. And we will grow this account and try to take it to the next level. So we'll see what next couple of years of the future has for us in our trading career and our regular career, our career. Yeah. So anyway, that being said, hope you guys did well today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.